Let them see where you're
Oh,
at.
yeah, sure. But I mean this is like a message. I feel like a good PSA.
Embrace your inner Stone Cold. Just get out of there.
Yeah, and not only today.
Strut out.
This is my thing, man. I feel like this is
only on Fridays because you got to come back on Monday because we need that paycheck.
Sure, but like this is a good entrance into a solid PSA here that I've been thinking about for a while. Man, so many people don't use their time off. They just don't use it. I mean, I know several people in my family that they're just stocked up for years, like paid time off, whatever. And I'm just like, man,
getting ready for that year-long vacation.
I guess, yeah, that's never gonna happen. Use some of that. Treat yourself.
So anyway, for all our degenerates heading to happy hour here at 2:00 in the afternoon, we highly encourage it. Carry on. Just listen to us while you're on the way there. That being said, got some important postseason stuff happening this evening. Couple of local teams, University of Georgia and Georgia Southern, starting their road to Omaha this evening. Georgia Southern, of course, hosting their first ever regional. They'll be taking on UNC Greensboro. And the University of Georgia is up in Chapel Hill. They're going to be taking on VCU. Both games are set to start at 7 o'clock tonight. Both games can be watched on ESPN Plus. You do need a subscription, but I mean, they have like the Disney, Hulu, ESPN Plus bundle that you can get. You don't need a TV subscription to ESPN. You just have to buy that ESPN Plus subscription, and you'll be able to watch some playoff baseball coming up. Playoff, postseason. How do we refer to it?
Well, I
guess everything's technically postseason. So postseason baseball.
Yeah. No, that's a solid way to put it.
Tournament baseball.
I don't know. The most common thing I hear is just constantly, they're on the road to Omaha. It's the road to Omaha. Blah blah blah. You don't really hear
some regional baseball.
Yeah, right. Regional tournament baseball.
So we got that coming up this evening. Again, both of those are set for 7 o'clock tonight. You can watch them on ESPN. Plus, also, I have a game that PJ has no idea was going to happen. That's coming up a little bit later in the show.
Interesting. Those are always great.
Yeah, we want to send you into the weekend kind of on a happy note. And we can all make fun of PJ together.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm here for that. Absolutely. I'm here for the laughs. And if they come at my expense, so be it.
Absolutely will. But I don't know if people are going to be laughing at you because I think they're going to be playing along in their car and going, oh, yeah, no, I don't know that either. So I think you might be okay on this one.
You just got to be able to laugh at yourself. But I don't know. We'll see, man. I'm not normally great at any of these like on the spot type of things.
Perfect.
But sometimes I surprise myself, so I don't know. We'll see what it is.
I don't think it'll be today.
Great.
Let's get this out of the way here 8 minutes into the show. Finals basketball. I know it's been talked about since last night all the way through this morning, all the way to right now. So we're not going to stay on it for too long, but just my thoughts as not a basketball expert. Don't know that 40-16 in the fourth quarter is sustainable for the Celtics going forward. I know they stole one at Golden State, and that's huge in a 7-game series, right? You broke serve.
Yep.
So I know that's a big deal. 120-108, the final last night. I know it's a big deal. Steph Curry played out of his mind. The rest of the Warriors were kind of meh.
Right.
And then the Celtics shot out of their mind from 3-point range. I just don't know how sustainable that formula is for the Boston Celtics going forward. If it had been like kind of reversed where they just like kind of came out and dominated the whole game physically and won 120-108, I'd probably have a different story. But the fact that they did it from 3-point range and then the Warriors just went ice cold in the fourth, I don't know how sustainable that is. So I still think the Warriors win the series, but it's a big deal. I think it went from maybe this one being done in like 5, because my thought was the Warriors hold serve at home and then steal their soul, like steal a game in Boston, and then after that it's like, okay, well, once somebody has 3 games in a series, it takes a special team to come back from that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like 5. Now I'm thinking like 6 or 7 for the Warriors, but I still think the Warriors win the series.
I could see 6. Maybe Boston's able to push it to a 7. I will back what you say, but then again, I don't think anyone's banking on that. Like that's something that just kind of happens. Like everything has to come together for that to happen. Let's remember also, though, I'll point out, like Steph Curry had like a Hall of Fame insane first quarter as well. And I know it's the Golden State Warriors; they're viable to do that any game they step on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, that was an insanely notable, huge first quarter from him that kind of pushed them out to that lead. So I think we saw two things that are very like relative and very unique to that game.
Yeah.
I don't think either team is probably banking on either one of those things, continuing to happen moving forward. I think this is really where the series starts. Of course, Boston being able to steal a game is fantastic, but as you said, we were looking at things yesterday and talking about this, and I just kind of broke down and looked at after the show what the
okay.
No.
All right.
What the Celtics really had on their roster.
Wait, hold on. Why are we doing breakdowns after the show?
Because we were talking about stuff during the show and whatnot. We were talking about different stuff, and I got to spend some more time on it after the show. It is what it is. I didn't even know. Anyway,
carry on.
This is rare. We don't talk about the NBA playoffs or finals this much.
We've already spent way too much time on it. So
exactly. So
we got to wrap this up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm trying to, but you know it anyway. What I was gonna say is just the Celtics looking at their roster. I don't know if they have enough to keep up with the Warriors when it comes to their first 3 or 4 guys are right there with the Warriors, if not maybe in certain spots a little bit better. But you start getting into that depth and just kind of what the Warriors have coming off their bench, and I don't know if the Celtics can hold serve with that. So yeah, I'd say Warriors and probably 6 or 7 too. But I think Game 1 was pretty unique to the series. I don't think we'll see something like that from either team moving forward, but we'll see how the rest of it plays out.
I gotta
it
stay
was
here.
big to get one.
I gotta stay. Obviously
for the
big
Celtics,
obviously big to steal Game 1 at Golden State, but I do have to get to something else here. Mark Jones last night was on the call,
right?
Because ESPN has run into COVID protocol.
Yep.
Where a couple of their top broadcasters that they're planning on doing the series had to step away. And actually last night, the first time in NBA Finals history, that was an all-black TV broadcast crew to do the finals. But Otto Porter hit some three-pointers last night. If Mark Jones had automatic one more time, I was going to punch Kevin Thomas.
Just take it out.
That was straight out of the Kevin playbook.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, the only time I have been within a breath of physically hitting Kevin Thomas was broadcasting a baseball game, and the last place in the order and the top 2 in the order were coming up in the next inning. And before we went to a commercial break, Kevin said, South Georgia coming up in the top of the whatever, 9-1-2, due up. I almost threw a stool at him.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
Mark Jones last night was doing his best Kevin Thomas. Automatic.
And even one time is okay, it's kind of meme worthy.
No, I looked at my TV last night and said, come on. Yeah. When he said it, and then he said it 4 more times.
Yeah, when you say it again, that's when the problem comes.
The problem comes when you say it the first time.
You say it, no, I don't know. You say it once.
It's the NBA Finals,
I get it, dude, but there's room for ironic kind of meme laughs, right? You say it once and that's fine. You say it more than that, that's enough. It wasn't cool, man. It's like me saying, homie, we're laughing at you.
Oh, you did it again. Every time.
We're laughing at you because it's quirky and just not right. But I'm not going to say it again.
Automatic.
Stop it.
Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it?
Get some help.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
That is very cool, though. Like you said, although the circumstances on which it happened is not cool, and we're not happy about, was very cool to see and very happy to see the all black TV crew.
Yeah, pretty much
the first time in the NBA Finals. I think
pretty
that's
much the opposite. I don't know if you have seen what the NFL lead broadcast crews look like for the upcoming season.
I have not dove into those yet, but that doesn't sound
Caucasian.
Pretty vanilla.
Literally.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No.
That's 4 words. Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit. That basically sums up the broadcast crews coming up
not
for
awesome.
the NFL.
Well, no.
Let's go to a break. We have to go back. We have some college football stuff to get into. I can't believe we have let this go as long as we have. We have some uniform stuff to dive into
That's true. That's
coming up
normally
here.
like at the forefront.
And we have some Braves and I'll say Mets things to dive into here as well. The Braves currently 9.5 games back behind the New York Metropolitans, but I think something is in the wind. You can hear it coming over the horizon. I'll tell you what it is next. This is Second Down on ESPN Radio, presented to you by the Uniform Source, 2 different locations in Savannah to take care of all of your uniform needs. We'll be right back after this. This is Second Down on ESPN Radio. The Braves got it going yesterday in Colorado in that Rocky Mountain High thin air, beating the hell out of Cody Queen's Colorado Rockies.
Are they this week though?
I don't know.
Have you checked in with them? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll talk to them this weekend, see if
Okay.
they're like, obviously it's going to be no, but because they lost. But if they had won, if they had won yesterday, they would be Cody Queen's Colorado Rockies. Still, to me, maybe the coolest logo in Major League Baseball.
The Rockies?
Yeah. Because they have like the mountain with the baseball flying over it. It's just 90s as hell.
Yeah.
And like I always thought their uniforms were super cool, regardless of what they did. They did the one where it was just their logo like super big across like the black and purple uniforms. Those were always awesome. They've done kind of the vest look before.
Right.
So really like
I've always liked
Rockies, not a great team. Got some swag to them though.
Yeah.
And it's always just a home run fest.
Just like
that ballpark.
A quick side note is the Colorado Rockies logo one of the only things you can say 90s is hell about, and it's actually cool?
No, 90s is hell is like that is the biggest compliment I can give anything.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Music, movies.
I don't know.
Baseball uniforms, baseball in general.
I'm not sure.
I'd say college football. I hear arguments for the early 2000s over the 90s, but
right.
90s
True.
is hell
Agreed.
usually means good.
I don't know. We'll see. Well, we'll dive into that more later. I don't know if I completely agree with that. Like some music, yes. Some music was just insane. I would, like you said, I'd probably go with early 2000s, really just 2000s college football over 90s college football.
All right, 2 words. When it comes to music.
And I'm guessing like with 90s baseball, you're talking about obviously that's the window where the Braves were just dominating when they're World Series.
Not even that. You have Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, going back and forth. Sure, I mean those were
blasting home runs. The uniforms were better. That's back when the Marlins actually wore teal.
They were also just pumping those steroids.
Exactly.
I don't know. There was a small portion in time when I was a kid that like Mark McGwire was my guy.
PJ, Penn State football.
Yeah, no, sure. Well, yeah, in 1994, when they went undefeated and got robbed of a national championship when I was born, though. So I didn't enjoy that. You know what I mean? I didn't live that at that time. 2000s college football is where I really got into it. So I feel like that's probably a little better.
I got to get into some important stuff here.
I don't know.
Braves, currently 9.5 games back behind the New York Mets. But remember, that's a game better than what they started the month with. Remember, they started with the third biggest, the Mets, I guess I should say, started with the third biggest divisional lead in Major League Baseball divisional history as of June 1st.
Right.
With 10.5 games on the Braves. It's down to 9.5. So we're chipping away there.
That's how we're doing this.
But here's where I kind of knew.
Little bit by little bit.
I've been waiting for the inevitable collapse of the New York Metropolitans.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
My only question, go ahead. Sorry, I don't want to.
But I've been waiting. And like, I kind of felt like it was going to happen when they kept getting the news that their 2 aces were just continuously hurt. But that wasn't New York Mets enough. It has to be something weird. And then the team just collapses, right? Francisco Lindor, their superstar, their Ronald Acuna Jr., right? Their kind of big name, get you out to the ballpark. All the kids want to be him that are Mets fans, right? He's injured. Can you guess how Francisco Lindor, what, Kevin, over $300 million? Yeah, over $300 million contract player, injured himself and is now out.
No, but we've heard plenty of crazy things before. Sadly, that is not something I caught today, so my apologies there. But
yesterday, Francisco Lindor slammed his finger in his hotel door.
It's always the hotel.
And missed the game yesterday.
Damn.
Don't know how long he's going to be out. They may have announced. I'm trying to update the old Twitter sphere here and see if he's any updates, but as of right now, I am not seeing any. Francisco Lindor slamming his finger into a door as the Mets enter one of their toughest stretches of the season.
Yeah.
And the Braves enter one of their easier stretches of the season. They can Al Pacino scratch and claw for those inches in front of their face, we could be talking about this as a turning point this
True.
season.
Very true. My only the only caveat to that is even if the Mets start losing and start dropping these games because of these guys, if maybe more weird things happen, two things have to come together. The Mets have to start losing, and the Braves got to be consistent at very least. And I think that's what I listened to Kevin Thomas talking on 3 and Out last night or yesterday. Being able to put 3 or 4 games together, that's just not something that we've seen from the Braves. And if the Mets are going to collapse, that takes the Braves also being able to take advantage of it. So maybe like you said, maybe we're at this point here where things can start coming together, and 2 and 2 can make 4 instead of 5 and 6 and whatever it's making right now for the Braves. But it takes 2, right?
Yeah.
It takes 2 to have that type of collapse. But Mets are going to Met, as you mentioned. Mets are going to Met, man. You just got to be able to take advantage of it.
You got to be patient, and you can't panic because the Mets are going to Met. But a couple other things from the story here quickly. I want to read Francisco Lindor's account of it. He says, I have double doors, and I went to close one and didn't think the other one was going to close. They closed at the same time, and next thing you know, I have a swollen finger. Now, the next part is the most relatable part because we've all slammed our finger in things. I ran around the room for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You got to run it out.
Of course. Yeah.
You got to run it out.
Yep. No, absolutely.
You stub a toe.
You're just like
slam a
shaking,
finger,
you're
any
shaking that
extremity,
hand
you hit
around.
your shin,
Yeah.
you got to run it out.
Oh, man. That happened to me like 2 days ago.
Did you run it out?
Rough. Yeah, of course I did.
Okay, are you okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and did you run it out?
You ever have like one of the worst ones to me is like I went to sit down and one of the chairs, it was like
in the ankle?
It was like a desk chair. It was the back. It was the like heel/ankle, like the back of your foot, just slamming against a piece of metal. Oh, that was rough.
And he said, I felt like I had my heart in that one finger.
Yeah, just pumping.
Baby. That being said, it looks like he's going to be okay. Buck Showalter said that he thought about DHing him last night, which just relax. I'm very much here for the Brian Snitker. If somebody like accidentally bumps into Ronald Acuna, you have to sit him.
Yeah,
give him a couple days off.
Can't hurt him.
Yeah, we want him back for the postseason.
Yeah.
So Braves 9.5 games back. As I mentioned, and we even kind of talked about uniforms a little bit earlier. We do have some uniform updates. The Falcons announced a couple days ago that they are bringing back the red helmets. Now, these are the OG red helmets where they have it's red with the black Falcons logo from I want to say it's the 60s version because there is a very subtle difference between like the 90s version and the 60s version, but it's the 60s version of just the awesome Falcons logo, and it has the black stripe down the middle, white stripe just on the outside of that, and then to appease the Georgia Tech fans, it has the gold stripe on the outside. And that's not me making a joke. That's literally why the Falcons did it.
Yeah.
Because when they first made the uniforms, Tech fans complained that they look too much like the Bulldogs.
Of course.
And so they put a gold stripe on there for them. So the Falcons are going to wear that one on the October 16th game against the 49ers when they come to Mercedes-Benz. So all 11,000 people in Mercedes-Benz will get to experience those uniforms. But that being said, I think they're slick because what they're going to pair them with are the black uniforms, the Falcon on the sleeve, the block letters and numbers, and it's the white numbers with the red outline on them and the white pants. I think you make those the permanent home uniforms.
I would love that.
I think it's okay in 2022 to admit you made a mistake with the other uniforms. But what I wish they would do is keep the red helmets as the home helmets, and then for the road ones, go to the 90s black helmets, black helmet, black logo, black face mask, these simple white uniforms where it was just numbers. You had I don't even know if they had a Falcon on the sleeve, just the Nike on the sleeve.
Yeah.
And you go from there, and then with the gray pants.
Gray pants for the
that's
away.
what they used to rock with.
I would maybe switch those to maybe white it out. Like I know it comes with jokes, whatever. Penn State fan, but I think that could be a really, really clean look. Like white pants,
I'm gonna
white
show you a
helmet.
photo.
I don't know, the black helmet, and I think that would be really sick too. I know a lot. I know a lot of times, like I'll bring up the black lids, and what's funny is you'll bring up the red ones as like, no, those are the real cool ones. And I'm thankful that they're coming back, and with the uniform choice that they're coming back with too. And no, I'm with you. I wish they would do something like that. Yeah, that is pretty clean. That is pretty clean. And you see the Falcon,
Yeah,
Falcon head on the sleeve there too. I think that's pretty sick.
that helmet.
Maybe the gray pants.
That might be the
Okay,
best.
maybe
That might be
gray
the
pants.
best helmet in football. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm right there with you. If they came out with that every week, I would absolutely love that. I think a lot of Falcons are one of those teams that if they would just revert back to one of their retro looks permanently, it'd be perfectly fine. I'd be 100% fine with it. It's like the Rams, right? If they went back to their retro look, I'd be completely fine with it as well.
A lot of teams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's probably half the NFL that like their retro quote unquote jerseys were the cleanest ones they've ever had. And they keep trying to come out with new stuff, and it just never works.
Washington Commanders might have the worst uniforms in the history of professional sports. But that being said, Kevin, what are you yelling about? or the Pittsburgh Bumblebee uniforms. So that being said,
those are the best. What do you mean? Those are up there with the creamsicles.
All right, let's flip over to college football because
now.
out of Athens, you've had some big time recruits heading into the Classic City. Arch Manning, I think, headlining that.
Mm-hmm.
But something has begun to pour out of Athens on social media.
Sure.
You go to the school, you get in the uniform, you take all the pictures. They've built like a throne that has an arch on it, which is that an arch for the arch at Georgia, or is that an arch for Arch Manning? You be the judge. I mean, it's a throne and it has an arch on it.
Come on, man.
No, you tell me. Come on.
Is he the only one sitting in it, or are other people sitting in it?
A lot of people are sitting on it.
That's what I'm saying.
That being said, sitting in it, white Georgia top.
Yeah.
White pants. And the newest part, a white helmet.
Mm-hmm.
So this very well may just be for recruiting purposes only, because we've seen a lot of pictures of red pants.
Yeah.
That players have worn.
The red out. Yeah.
And looking like a big old ketchup bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had a panic attack about them potentially wearing that to open the season last year. But that being said,
as you should have.
Out of all of them that I have seen, I don't hate this one.
Yeah.
But there's only like one time where I'd be like, all right, wear it, which is noon kick against Kent State week 4.
Right.
September game. I think that'd still be September. September game in Athens at noon is hot.
That's a lot of heat.
Brother, it's hot.
Yep.
So if you're going to wear all white for any game, I think that might be the one.
It makes sense for sure. It makes sense. And you know how George is with big games and wearing alternate uniforms. They don't want to do that then. No. They'd rather do that against who was that they did that with the blackout a few years ago?
God.
Louisiana, I believe, or something like that.
I know they did it. I believe they did it against Nicholls State a while ago.
That might have been it. Yeah.
And then they did do it against one of the Louisiana schools. It might have been Monroe.
So yeah. No, so
Kirby Smart's first year, the only game they wore it was one of those.
That would fall in line then. That would fall in line with kind of that theory as well. And like you said, would help with some of the heat. Now, I do have a question for you when it comes to this.
Hit me.
I am surprised to hear you say you're on board with it. And I honestly not 100% on board, but you're okay with it.
I don't think it should be a part of the permanent rotation.
Right, for sure. And I think, I for one, think it looks fantastic. But I also, from a fandom that likes to keep their uniforms just one set of uniforms.
So you're cool with us switching it up, but you want yours to stay. Okay.
No, I mean, I'd love to see a Penn State alternate uniform, but I'm saying I know the rest of the 99% of the fan base would not.
Yeah.
Anyway, what is your holdup? Like, what between these two options, between these two things changing, what do you think would be the biggest issue? The silver britches going to white, or the red helmet now being white for that for that alternate? What do you think would be the biggest holdup for fans and yourself?
Silver Riches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of thought
But I
that was
think
it.
there is
But
a segment of Georgia fans that are kind of over them.
yeah,
They want to see red pants. They want to see black pants. They want to see white pants. They're kind of over the silver britches. And what's funny about it is it's not a younger segment. It's the segment that was around when Vince Dooley decided to switch it up.
right.
Because remember, the year Georgia won the national championship, Herschel Walker came on the scene as a freshman wearing red pants. There have been times since then that Georgia broke out black pants.
True.
There's a picture of Kirby Smart wearing black pants.
Yeah, I think so.
So there is a segment of Georgia fans, and it's not like young bucks out there saying, "Oh, alternate uniforms." It's older fans that are saying, like, basically for them, the silver breeches were a gimmick that have been going on for too long,
Yeah,
and they want to see them go back to white pants or red pants or black pants. So I just think, kind of like with Alabama with the gray face mask, I just think it's a touch with the uniforms that's just kind of signature.
yeah,
I just think it looks
I get
clean.
that. Yeah, I think it does too. I mean, I'm right there with you.
Like, it's my humble opinion that Georgia's away uniforms are the best
Yep.
away uniforms in college football. And the only reason I say that is because technically LSU's white uniforms are home uniforms.
Yeah, just clean. But I think they're definitely like top 3 for me. Georgia's, and I'm with
Yeah.
you. The silver britches are a big part of that.
Correct.
Kind of the offset between those and the white and black numbers. I mean, the black and red numbers on the white jersey, incredibly clean. So I understand what you mean there. I think you could also do like the white helmet with the white jersey and the silver britches. I think that would look good too.
That might be pretty cool.
So I kind of figured that would be the answer, but just interested in knowing which way you were thinking.
Cord Hershey writes in, says whiteout at night would be sweet when they black the lights and light up the stadium with red.
I would have to agree. I mean, like all white jerseys under the lights are just incredibly.
PJ,
clean.
there's a
They
school
just
that
are.
already does that,
Sure,
and we're not trying to copy Penn State.
a lot of schools do that now. I mean, like Oregon does it. We've seen Utah do it. Like there's a lot of schools that do whiteouts, blackouts, redouts, whatever, all these different things.
Yeah.
It's not just because of Penn State, but I do think 2 things look incredible under the lights: blackouts and whiteouts when it comes to uniforms. So I'm kind of with them, although your game with Kent State at noon, September heat, that does make a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
We're in dark red when it's noon and it's that sun just beating down on you. It's got to be tough.
Rough.
And then you get the other team to have to wear their dark colors. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. All right. I promise you a game. We're gonna embarrass PJ when we come back next, right here on Second Down.
Yes.
All right. Time for our favorite tradition here on ESPN Radio. Embarrassing PJ Zuko.
Is it specifically me, or just like anybody on the shows? Does it have to be just me?
Okay, embarrassing PJ Zuko and or Kevin Thomas.
Okay, that is pretty fun. I get that. Yeah, understandable.
All right, so we just wrapped up the Scripps National Spelling Bee, so you should absolutely know which way this is going to go.
Okay, all right. I'm actually okay. Not feeling too bad about this.
But if you win this one, PJ, unfortunately, you will not be walking away with $50,000 like the winner walks away with. You'll be walking away with your dignity.
I do enjoy having that. So,
and the only people you will be competing against, the folks listening in their car. So feel free to play along with us. But actually, what I'm going to do is I don't know if they're allowed to do this at the Scripps National Spelling Bee, but this is my game. I'm going to give you scrap paper.
Wow. Okay.
And let you try to write them out.
That is somewhat.
But
of a
that being
privilege,
said, PJ, this is an audio.
Yeah, I do
medium,
have to like talk it out.
So I'm still going to need you to talk.
Okay.
All right.
Understandable.
So the
Right.
subject matter here, because we want this kind of to be educational too. College football players you need to know for 2022.
Oh no. See, okay. Never mind. All my confidence just went out the window because like I thought these were going to be like words, but
and
no, they're
all
names.
of these guys
Oh, great.
are listed on Mel Kiper's big board for the 2023 NFL draft.
That's a big old board.
It is a big, big board.
Okay.
So we're going to start with one PJ is extremely familiar with. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Wide receiver, Ohio State, arguably the best player in college football outside of Will Anderson. But I think a lot of people, if we're going Madden ratings.
This is the problem.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, like, you could already be, I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen his first name a lot. You could already be messed up there if they go with an X. You know?
I'm going to let you spell it all the way out, and then I'm going to hit you with a burp or a yep.
Okay. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba.
Yep.
And Jigba.
There's no way we're getting to all of these.
There's definitely.
I want to make it easy on you. Just spell his last name.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing. In Jigba. So, Jigba. There's definitely, there's a J.
All right, you got 10,
I,
9,
G,
8, 7,
B-A. Okay.
6.
I'm
You
gonna
ready?
go with that.
Let's go.
So are you sure I don't have to go with the first?
Yeah, because there's no way in hell we're going to get through all these if you're going to take this.
Okay, Smith and Jigba, NJIGBA.
That is correct.
Let's go.
PJ knows that because he watched it running away from his defenders.
Can we stop? Can we not do this?
In 2021. All right.
Not really.
Clemson defensive defensive lineman, Brian Breesy.
Brian Breesy.
Yep.
Okay. BRIAN.
I'm not going to tell you you're right until you get done.
Breesy. Well, I mean that's either one of two things. Just how does he go with the CY, the CEY, or the CIE, or maybe it's an S? Oh my gosh.
Well, you got 15 seconds.
Brian Breesy. I'm gonna go with BREECIE. Brian Breesy.
Well, you got it wrong on the Brian because it's BRYAN.
Oh my gosh.
BRESEE. Big time defensive lineman for the Clemson Tigers. All right, what about Kayshon Boutte?
I just saw his name.
Kayshon Boutte, School of Origin, LSU.
Yes.
Wide receiver. Dude does nothing but catch touchdowns.
Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, so first and last name?
Just give me his last name.
Boutte.
Boutte.
BOUTTE. Boutte.
You were so close. BOUTTE.
Man, okay. That's
first name
interesting
KAYSHON. All right, you should be very familiar with this guy. Plays offensive tackle in the Big Ten. Peter.
Yeah, you're right.
Skoronski.
Does he play for Iowa?
Plays for Northwestern.
Okay.
The Fighting Pat Fitzgeralds.
Close. Peter Skoronsky, you
Yeah.
said?
Score on ski.
Skoronsky. There's a lot of like interest. Okay, so we're gonna go with the SCHOR Skoronsky.
I'm just gonna go ahead and burn you.
OSKI. Skoronsky.
SK.
There's a K.
Yeah,
Okay.
SKORONSKI. Offensive tackle with a first round grade from
So
Mel Kiper.
I was right for
You
a
were
lot of
close.
the last parts
Yeah,
of
you
those.
just messed
It's
up on the
the
second letter.
CH and the K.
Yep. All right. This
Dang
dude does
it.
nothing but throw for 300 yards. Tyler Van Dyke. Quarterback, Miami.
Okay. TYLERVAN space
Yep.
DYKE.
That is correct.
Okay, thank God.
TJ Zuko on fire. All right. What about
On
the
fire.
hero of the
He got
national
one.
championship, Keely Ringo?
Oh man.
Keely Ringo.
Oh, that's a problem. Keely Ringo. Gosh, you never see their first names, right? Unless it's like there's like a highlight or whatever.
His first name is burned into the brain pan of every Georgia fan out there.
Keely Ringo. KEE. Gosh, dang it.
That's not correct.
Yeah. K. LEERINGO.
Wait, spell his first name again for me.
I can't.
Spell his first name again for me. Just try it.
Keely. So can I change it now?
Yeah, spell his first name for me.
Now is it KEY?
No,
LEE?
KELEE. Ringo, RINGO.
So it's just one E.
Well, there's three E's.
Keely Ringo.
Yeah.
And it's one E.
Well, there's three E's in his first
Sure,
name.
I'm saying in between the
Yeah.
K and the L. That's interesting.
All right. Rapid fire round. Phil Yurkovich. Just say yes or no as to whether or not you think you can spell it.
Yurkovich. No.
JURKOVEC, quarterback, Boston College. What about Jahmyr Gibbs?
JAMIR.
Incorrect. JAHMYR. Gibbs. This one might be my favorite name in college football because he comes to you from wine country, little Napa Valley stuff. What? Zach Charbonnet.
Wow.
Zach Charbonnet, running back, UCLA. You should remember him because he is the one who basically ended Ed Orgeron's time at LSU. They came off a national championship. Then they went out to play UCLA and got absolutely hammered. Yeah. Zach Charbonnet was running all over UCLA. Or all over LSU, excuse me.
Okay, last name? Just last name? Or
Charbonnet.
Thank God. Charbonnet.
Zach with an H.
CHARBONEE.
That is really close.
Dang, man.
There's a T at the end there.
No.
CHARBONNET. Charbonnet. Let's end it with some local flair, PJ.
I'm mad I was that close.
Mr. Anyway. 50-yard field goal himself, Jack Podlazny.
Oh, man.
Pod the bod, as Rocky Hidalgo calls him.
Yeah, of course. JACKPODLESSNY.
You're putting two S's in there?
No, crap. No, I didn't mean to. I swear I didn't mean to, Judge.
Do it again.
PODLESNY.
That is correct.
Podlazny.
And then with a win. So, hey, not as embarrassing as you thought it was going to be. I could have tortured you and made you do first names too. But you know what? I felt nice going into the weekend. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back, get you ready for 3 and Out next, right here on ESPN Radio. 3 and Out coming up here just in a little bit. But before you get there, PJ, today, an important holiday. National Donut Day, big dog.
Ooh. Man, I always you guys always surprise me with this.
PJ got so excited.
Dude, I love donuts like every single, but I try to stay away from them for, my health and whatever, and forever trying to lose weight. But every day someone surprises me with this because I never really keep up with the national things, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one. Probably after the show.
National Donut Day.
Bring some back. How is there not some in the office?
You are.
I'm trying
to remember. You are.
I gotta go get some.
Bavarian cream.
Yes, love
That's
it.
your go-to.
Absolutely.
I think Kevin Thomas and myself fall into the blueberry donut segment.
I understand.
It's hard to beat. To me, it's hard to beat just a delicious blueberry donut. We do have college baseball coming up right now on ESPN Plus. Georgia taking on VCU, and of course Georgia Southern playing host to UNC Greensboro, and then Braves baseball coming up tonight from Colorado. 3 and Out coming up next. We'll see everybody on Monday.